Please be advised this podcast is all nonsense. Nothing you hear or see while adventuring with the worm should be taken seriously, or more importantly, fact-checked. Try not to let the mispronunciations distract you from the knowledge being shared. You're just riding with two worms trying to have a good time. Thanks for coming back over. I noticed you shuffled. Time there.
Shuffle everywhere I go.
Is that because it's really difficult to shuffle with your stump?
Well, it's easy to shuffle with my stump, that's why I choose that.
Not when you sat down though. It's alright when you're on your belly.
It's called a shuffle if you worm on your belly.
It's interesting. We use our own words, but I think the human equivalent of it would be maybe squirm. I know snakes slither and sloths sleep because it's all alliteration based, isn't it? Tigers tap dance. Surprisingly, lions line dance. Not lion dance, like people often were confused.
Line dance.
Line dance. That's where line dancing came from. When their lion overlords were in charge of the planet. They made all the humans learn to line dance so that they were kept in a line.
Oh, is that where line dancing came from?
Yeah, so people think it's just a type of dance. Lions being as clever as they were, like, well, we want to keep you in line,
but you're allowed to dance.
But they were like, oh, what if we do it in a fun way? People are going to just think they're learning a new skill.
Oh, so I thought they got them in line, but then allowed people to still dance. Like, we're going to make you be lined up, but you're still allowed to dance.
Maybe it started like that, but then I think they got really frustrated with the fact that nobody was in rhythm with anybody. Because they were all doing their own dancing.
I mean, I've seen line dancing, it's pretty bad anyway, so I think rhythm's a problem.
They
just wave their feet around, don't they?
I don't know if it's a cowboy version of the river dance.
It is pretty much, isn't it?
Slightly slower and a bit more hand to foot tapping. I also think with river dancing, the reason they kind of do that weird fluttery bit like they're trying to fly is because that's the foot movements they'd have if they were trying to stay afloat. Hence, river dance, because it's normally done on a river.
I thought they were trying to kick away the fish. Like they're trying to get them.
No, maybe originally, but I think now they have to make sure that the river that they're dancing in is fish-free.
Is any river fish-free? Because the rivers connect to oceans.
Unless it's a man-made river.
Then it's connect to a lake.
But then they could have...
How do people, like man-made lakes, do people just put the fish there, or do the fish find the way?
Like Jurassic Park.
Yeah, like Jurassic Park.
Life finds a way.
Yeah.
I would assume, because a lot of fish can swim upriver through strength, so, like you said, all rivers end in a sea. Except
man-made rivers, which end in man-made lakes. Are there any
Actually,
rivers...
no, people do put fish into lakes and stuff like that.
It's like a joke.
No, I think they do it for people who want to go fishing. Going to go fishing in our lake.
Is that not cheating?
Not if you've got a man-made river and a man-made lake. It probably costs you a lot, so you need to recoup some costs. Come fishing in our lake.
But then you put in your own fish in the lake to catch, so there's no challenge there, because
people still got to catch it. That fish isn't like taught how to evade people.
No.
I tell you what, evade them 3 times, but if they come back again, get caught, because then they don't want to make them sad.
No, you see, the way I'm seeing it, so you got a box. Empty cardboard box.
Yeah.
Put it down in front of you. Now, what's impressive, if you put your hand blindly into this box and you pull out a ball, you can put the ball in there. That's an amazing feat, because that ball was never there. If you drop the balls in, well, now the balls are there, I know you're going to pull out a ball. Same as a fish. If you fish in a lake with no fish in and you get a fish, that's amazing. That's incredible. If you put the fish in, I'm no longer impressed, because you know there's fish there.
Yeah, but then people go fishing in normal rivers and normal lakes that aren't man-made.
They're crap fishermen if they're not getting fish, though.
Yeah, but if they are catching fish, it's still unimpressive, because there are fish already there.
It's unimpressive. What I want is someone to build their own lake, fill it with water, go fishing and get a fish. That'd be impressive.
That would be pretty impressive. Maybe new business idea. Patent that before you sell it, before we put this out.
And we know fish can appear out of nowhere, because Jesus managed to feed loads of people with two fish, so he says. He must have been magicking fish out of everywhere.
Do you reckon he got his fish from a man-made lake? He made his own lake, put fish in it, and then took the fish out. But he said there were no fish in there, because it's man-made.
He's a liar.
And then other people were trying to do it and realised they couldn't catch any fish. They're like, well, you're just going to have to put some fish in. But this is why I think they've done it. Because, say I built myself my man-made river and my man-made lake. I need to recoup some costs.
Are women allowed to build lakes and rivers, or is it exclusive to men?
I see you mean man-made.
Yeah.
I think it's a turn of phrase. I know it's not something you hear often up here. Because we always call worm-made. So it's worm-made. And I'm like, oh, why don't you come and try go fishing in the river? I'm going to get, like, loads of people coming. But eventually when they don't catch stuff, they're going to stop coming. And then, the costs of the upkeep are never going to get paid because no one's fishing in my river.
But maybe some people will see it as a challenge. Like, ooh, no one's ever caught a fish at that lake.
I don't think there'll be enough people doing that.
Yeah, but then you drive up intrigue and you'll get... So you can start charging more. So less people come.
You say that, but we've been doing that with the podcast for ages and no one's listening and we are getting no more.
The problem is, so there's a level of intrigue versus like how intriguing it really is. So we're in a dead zone at the moment where we're not quite intriguing enough for the hardcore to be interested, but we're too specialist for everyone else to care. So we need to drive it up more to get to that niche realm where the hardcore interested. At the moment, no one cares.
So what are you suggesting? We record podcasts while doing backflips?
Well, we either go one way or the other. We become so niche that we interest these real hardcore, or we become less niche and just do a podcast about
sandwiches.
Well, I was going to say paths.
Oh yeah, actually, we could do it about rivers.
We could.
We could go through man-made and natural rivers. And we can talk about the types of fish that are there.
If there was any fish.
We can make it up. We can help businesses that have man-made rivers. Tell us if you got a man-made river. You need to drive up some business.
You need to tell people there's fish in it.
Well, we'll just say we caught fish in it.
We can say we saw the fish as
well.
We
are worms, and we can hang from fishing poles.
To taunt the fish. Interesting.
So we're going to go? More niche or less niche?
Oh, that's something we have to decide. What do we want to do? We want to go so niche that we only have a few truly dedicated listeners, but they're willing to pay the big bucks.
Well, we don't charge anybody anything to listen.
But that's the thing, as you become more intriguing, you can start. So this is the point I was trying to make, where these lakes with no fish, or so they say, get so intriguing that you charge £1 million for people to fish at, but only the truly hardcore try to go to catch these mysterious fish that no one else can catch.
Yeah.
So you need to get.
I just don't think they're ever going to be able to catch any fish.
Oh no, I can't catch a fish.
How about just someone putting one fish in? So everybody knows there's one fish in there.
Okay.
So if you did catch the fish,
but then what if someone caught the fish and stole it?
Well, they've got to be really good at jumping high fences.
What, fish?
Yeah, obviously the fish. How are the fish going to get out?
No, so I was thinking when they kidnapped it, he could escape. He'd get back.
Oh, you mean so the fish could get home?
Yeah, so he could jump over all the fences.
That's a weird homebound. No, I think I'd have...
They should make a sequel of Homeward Bound with fish.
But literally they're just slightly on land.
Yeah.
Like just 10 metres onto land, and they're trying to get back to the lake.
Yeah.
But they know they can't go to that lake, because that's going to go fishing. Gotta go to a different one. What lake are you going to? The fish lake?
The fishy lake.
Did you just readjust the calibration on the warp drive?
Yep, recalibrated.
Where are we going?
To a lake.
Obviously not right now. After the podcast, go on a secret mission.
Tesco.
Secret Tesco mission.
Secret Tesco mission.
What are we getting? We're going to see if we can get some fish.
Tesco definitely sell fish.
You were alive fish. You reckon they're alive in the back?
I don't think it's recorded. I think they are live. It's not pre-recorded fish.
I don't know. Maybe they lure them in with fish sounds.
Oh, whale sounds.
What else we get from Tesco? Well, we're not getting whales. Tesco don't sell whales. Not real whales.
They couldn't fit them in the stockroom, could they?
Not real ones.
Like pictures of whales.
You can get pictures of whales and whale cookies. Not cookies for whales. Cookies that look like whales. What else do Tesco sell?
Bit of everything.
Everything.
A little bit of it.
Okay.
Enough to claim they sell it, but not enough to claim to be experts in the field.
Their barcode system must be insane. If they sell a bit of everything, do they sell a bit of the Wormcraft?
Well, no, they sell a bit of generic spacecrafts. But say not enough to be an expert, but that you can buy a part of a spacecraft.
Really? In Tesco?
In Tesco?
What parts?
The left part.
The left part, when you're looking at it, or the left part if you're in it?
From the pilot's perspective.
How many people does it take to pilot a substandard spacecraft?
Probably one.
Because ours takes 2 worms. Space worms. That's like 100 people on its own, each.
I reckon a substandard one has probably got a really basic setup, so it's probably just a button.
Push start. Push to go.
Push to go.
Oh, where do you want to go? Just go.
You either go straight or left. So whenever you need to turn,
Because you never got the left part.
You just keep going left until you get to where you want to go.
Oh, in slightly larger and larger circles, so spiralling outwards,
yeah,
like the universe.
Exactly.
Is it push start though?
Yeah.
We'd probably nap more if
Ooh,
ours
it might have
was
a
push start.
kick start.
Or a pull start.
Yeah.
Or like a chain start.
I don't think it'd have a chain.
Why not? Oh, because they'll get confused with the toilet chain. I wouldn't know which one to pull.
No.
Oh my god, I just flushed the toilet again.
I was thinking if your chain comes up in space, how are you going to put it back on?
Use the one from the toilet.
That's fair.
I thought it was more about confusion of which chain.
No.
Because they'd have their bike chain in there.
And you would have the chain to start the engine in the toilet. So how should you have it?
Well, you've got the toilet chain because you're not going to be using the toilet other than when you're coming back in on entry because you're crapping yourself, or on the way out because everybody knows before you go on the journey what people's moms tell them to do. Have you been to the toilet? Yeah, because that's where the engine is. Chain it up.
You don't see toilet chains very often.
Not in this day and age, but I think that's the whole confusion thing.
So you also think that
people accidentally starting the spaceship.
The spaceship has gone for the retro look, and it's going.
Well, you said substandard. Like, you know,
substandard doesn't mean it uses old. Like, I'm not saying it's got a corded telephone.
That'd be interesting. I wonder how much. I mean, I'm not even bothered about how much cable you need. I'm just thinking more about it's got to be loose enough that it doesn't snag out of the phone on takeoff.
It's got a lot of cable.
On chain off.
It's got loads of cable.
That would make things easier. You wouldn't have to worry about signal issues. Oh, I can't hear you. The connection up here is awful. Well, that would be a lie. Oh, I can't hear you. It's my cable. Oh man, I can't use that excuse. It's got to slam the phone down. Is it a rotary phone as well?
Probably. If it's got a cable, it has to be rotary.
They're way more fun to use. It's an emergency. Ring them quickly. Okay. I only got 2 numbers in. Spaceship's gone.
Well, it's inconvenient.
Go flush the toilet.
It's inconvenient that the 9 is the longest number away from the dial bar.
Yeah. Was that... I think you told me about this before. Is it because they wanted it to be difficult to accidentally ring it?
It's so, in a situation where you can't see the phone, you can always dial 9 because it's the furthest. It locks.
And you didn't want the closest one. Oh, yeah, because the closest one you could still find.
Not necessarily, because if you on the rotary dial phones, you put your finger in and then you move the circle to the number to dial it. Now, if you can't see the phone and you put your hand.
No, it wasn't that.
Yeah, it was.
You started on the number and you rolled it back to the bar.
Yeah, so
you could start the first one.
Well, but how would you know you'd got the first one? Because there was a hole before it sometimes as well, and also you could think you had it.
Yeah, I don't think there was. I think you just slid your finger up and you can find the first hole. I think it was because it's so easy to accidentally do that as well. So
it probably is easier to accidentally, but it was because you had to go to the gate to ring it.
I reckon that's why the Americans do 911. So they went, we'll use one long one
and then two
short
probably,
ones.
Yeah.
And the British went,
nah.
We'll do 3 long ones because it gives you enough time to decide whether this is actually an emergency. You'd be like, 9, nah.
Leave it.
Nah, she's okay. I found the right chain. So
Have you ever seen the rotary phones that are just push buttons? So they've used the style of a rotary phone, but they just put regular buttons on them.
yeah, but just because they want it to look aesthetically like a
What a
rotary
waste of
phone.
time.
Yeah, because you may as well just do a rotary phone.
Just do a rotary phone, or just put the numbers in a little grid.
Nah, I think if you're going to do it properly. Like rotary. I mean, because most... I mean, do people even have phones in their houses anymore?
No, no one does. I reckon we
no
should
makes them anymore.
just go back to Morse code.
It would be a more effective form of communication. Didn't see anybody have any issues with Morse code.
Just makes conversations really long.
Yeah, but it would also stop people who just talk like loads. Talk loads of rubbish.
No, because I bet those people just carry on and just always beeping away at you.
Probably wouldn't make any sense. You wouldn't even be able to decipher it.
I reckon you could. I reckon people who were good with Morse code got to the point where they just picked it up.
Yeah, but I don't think any of those people exist now.
I reckon there's some people out there who are really good with Morse code.
Nah.
Just not many.
I reckon all the Morse coders are either too old to remember how Morse code works, or too young to be as fast as they were.
No, because even at the fastest, I think Morse code's quite slow still.
Well, there's some people could do it without writing it down there. They could just listen to it and they'd be able
Yes,
to say...
that's what I'm saying, but it's still got a limit to the speed it can go. It can't go...
No, but that's how fast they would do it. Have you not heard it?
No.
Oh, they could go that fast. And I guarantee you, it was quicker than dial-up internet. What's wrong? I'm still dialing up the internet. But don't worry, I'll just send this Morse code message to you to let you know I am getting on the internet. You could probably send that before the internet connected. Do they get internet in space?
Only dial-up. Which is why you need telephone line.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfectly feasible. Why do they take the bike? Because I said they've got the chain from the toilet, the chain for the engine, the disability chain. That's also in the toilet. And they have their bike chain.
Also, why are they using chains in space? Because there's no gravity, so none of these chains are going to be hanging down. They're all going to be all over the place.
What if they get tangled? Which one's which? Don't know.
It's an ineffective mode of anything, isn't it? Having everything on chains.
This is why it's on the basic ones. It'd be really cool if you could go on a spaceship and it was a retro spaceship. Inside you had armchairs, rocking chairs.
Would a rocking? No, it wouldn't, because the rocking chair works off the motion of the gravity going backwards. So it'd just be a normal chair.
Yeah, when old spaceships didn't have fake gravity. No point in having a rocking chair then.
You'd have...
Unless you have it connected to a chain. And then you could just move yourself. Another chain. Another chain.
There's a reason why chain manufacturers do so well. Like,
if anything, it's still booming.
Chain industry has just got better as space travel's gone forward. The chain industry is cashing in.
They're like, we were just waiting for you guys to work out how to get into space because we knew you'd need all the chains.
You need all the chains.
Have you got any spare chains? Spare.
Spare.
I've had loads for a year.
Now we can't make them fast enough.
Yeah, exactly. Had to hire 2 more Bobs.
Only Bobs can make chains.
That's what I've heard. Well, there's other people that are involved in the chain process, but I definitely think Bob is one of the integral members of chain industry.
Definitely. Well, he sews the chains together, doesn't he?
With silk.
It's the only way to do it.
Well, if you don't use silk, it's not a chain, is it? It's just a bunch of chunky metal together.
It's useless to everybody.
Well, I have to invest in chains again now that space travels, because now we got everybody going into space. Got billionaires going into space just because they can afford a spaceship.
Everyone thought medieval was the time for chains, but it's the space age.
See, that's where people got confused. Chain mail. Different type of chain. It's chains for men only. And it was deliverable by the post office.
Post.
Can I have some chain mail? Yep, it will be with you on Sunday. Actually, no.
There's no post on Sunday.
Maybe that's why they stopped doing it, because they're fed up on delivering chain mail on Sundays.
Yeah.
Like, look, man, we're not delivering on Sunday anymore. That's the only thing anybody ever orders.
It's
or
heavy.
maybe because people don't order chain mail anymore. They don't need to deliver on Sundays.
I reckon some people probably still order chain mail.
You reckon? I reckon that they don't, because the Bobs are so invested in chains they don't have time to keep making chain mail now. Unless it's cosplayers or role players.
I reckon there's a black market for it. People buying the space chains and
making their own
chainmail.
That makes sense now because you got, like I said, cosplay and role play. What is it? Live action LARPing. That's the one.
Nerd.
LARPing. I'm not a nerd. I'm a little bit nerd. I'm just upset no one's invited me yet.
It's trying to steal the chains.
I'm not. I'm trying to get it delivered. I'm trying to restart the delivery chainmail service on a Sunday. There's only one petitioner, and that's my name on it. No one else is willing to sign. Oh, we don't want no worms and LARPing. So
we'd have to have custom-made chainmail so it doesn't just slide down us.
Why are you not putting it on? I've got no shoulders.
It just slips straight down.
I don't think you understand the structure of a worm.
We just go straight down.
I think it would have to be a headpiece.
Yeah, it has a headpiece with little eye holes.
Which fully goes down.
Yeah.
Almost like a dress.
Yeah.
With a headpiece.
Exactly that.
Like a bed sheet. We just need bed sheet chainmail.
Chain bed sheets.
And then we can also use it on our beds.
Yeah. In space.
Yeah.
Perfect.
At the end of the day. Just got to worry about getting tangled. Sweet.
With the toilet chain.
We're alright though. We've got fake gravity up here.
We have got fake gravity.
Because we do not have a substandard, but we do have a chain toilet. And a chandelier.
A chandelier.
It's quite a nice toilet, I'm not going to lie.
It's extravagant for a space.
It's because I went to the toilet for so long. I was like, well, I don't want it to look rubbish in here. I spent like at least 2 hours a day in here lighting the chandelier.
Every day.
Yeah. Well, it's how check my oranges and check my feet. Or check if I have feet.
And your plums.
And my plums. Actual plums. But I am only checking them to see if they do or don't have seeds.
Stones.
Stone seeds.
Is the stone the seed?
Well, yeah, because that's how you'd... Yeah. I don't
guess
know why
so.
they call it a stone, though. Maybe just the size. But that's what you use if you were going to
Yeah,
plant.
surely. Yeah.
Maybe it isn't. Maybe you take the stone out, throw the stone, and you plant the plum.
Plum. And the stone's the real fruit. Oh
Yeah,
my god.
I think the stone's just the weapon you use to protect the tree as it grows.
Okay.
So if anybody comes near, I'll throw the stone at you.
Okay.
You meddling kids. New thought process.
Did you know if you plant an apple seed, you won't necessarily get a tree of the apple seed you planted?
What, you just get... Would it still be an apple tree, then?
It's still an apple tree, but if you plant like a Granny Smith seed from a Granny Smith apple...
You might get a pink lady.
Yeah.
Ooh. How come?
Don't know.
You can't start this off and not let me know.
Read it on the back of my cereal box.
What cereal was it?
Apple Cheerios.
Okay. Because if it was Ricicles, I wouldn't have believed you. They don't know all the facts about apple seeds. I'm a bit sceptical about apple Cheerios.
Look, man, when I go to Space Tesco, I've got a limited choice of cereal. And it was Apple Cheerios or Stone Golden Nuggets. I didn't like the sound of them.
They're quite tough.
They are.
Hurt your teeth.
No matter how much milk I put on them, they don't get any sapphire. I used 3 bottles last time. And I'm still just stones.
And at least you can plant your apple Cheerios to get an apple tree.
Yeah.
You plant your stone nuggets and you just get stones.
I'm tired of getting stone trees.
Yeah, they're not quite as convenient as an apple tree. Yeah, that's a shame. Oh well, maybe next time.
Hopefully.
So, how you feeling about question time?
I'd say we do it.
Are you ready?
Always ready.
Have you got your seatbelt on?
Nope.
Oh no, can you put your seatbelt on?
Nope.
You renegade? I'll let you go first then.
Okay. If peanut butter wasn't called peanut butter, what would it be called?
Test an allergy spread.
Test an allergy spread.
Test.
Test an allergy spread.
Yeah. Not an allergy.
Yeah. I was like, test an allergy. What?
Test an allergy. Test
Spread?
an allergy spread.
That makes sense. What allergy does it test? Or
Test
can you
for-
request?
Test for rashes against one type of berry. A gooseberry.
Or do you spread it on the person you want to test the allergy of, and then you stick the thing that you're testing? So if you wanted to test for like analogy of apples, you'd
Yeah,
spread it
so
on
it's
and
like
stick it on.
so it's like butter.
Okay.
So you would spread butter on a sandwich, but you
butter-
wouldn't just
butter.
put another.
Yeah.
You would put something in between.
Yeah.
Same principle. It's just the lubricant between the object you're testing and the assailant.
To lubricate the allergens.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of gets them all rocking, doesn't it? Gets the allergens getting fired up.
Yeah, makes sense.
Test an allergy spread.
I was thinking peanut smoosh. Why did they call it peanut butter? Because butter's churned from milk, I guess.
Remember, they don't want to tell us how they're actually making it.
I just thought you blended peanuts.
Nah, they must.
I'm guessing they had some sort of like oil, maybe.
Or maybe they were trying to get you to use it as a spread. So they were like, oh, we don't want you to just put your finger in it and just leave it on the side.
So do you think they were trying to replace butter? They saw butter as their main competitor, and they were like,
Spread rival.
you don't need butter, you need peanut butter.
And they always market it as being like higher in protein and less in fat. And obviously butter's very fatty. So they were like, oh, chicken sandwich, not a problem. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter.
Yeah. Because you get loads of like milks and stuff that are nut based that are healthier than normal milk because of the fats. I reckon that's how they went. Someone accidentally dropped a bag of sugar in. Oh, it's a bit sweet. It's not as savoury as I was hoping it to be.
What, the butter?
The peanut butter.
No.
Oh yeah, but if normal butter's savoury. I think if you put sugar in it, you're halfway on the way to making a cake. Eggs and flour, sorted.
There's no flour in
cakes.
peanut butter.
No, I'm saying not.
I'm so confused.
You thought I meant normal butter.
Yeah.
So I said put sugar in
Got
it.
ya.
You're halfway on the way to a cake. I was actually referring to peanut butter.
Okay.
I reckon it was savoury. Someone accidentally dropped sugar in. So then rather than marketing it as a lubricant for your sandwiches to replace butter, because don't forget butter was already, it was so long standing. Could you imagine battling butter?
Would you say butter's the lubricant? No, I'd say it's more the glue.
I guess it depends on what you apply it to. If you put it on toast, it no longer is glue.
It mounts.
It's-
But it depends how hot your toast is. If you butter cold toast, then it's definitely a glue.
I don't know. I still think it's real slippy.
If you
I think it depends on how warm your butter is. You use room temperature butter, then I would say it is more of a lubricant. If it's from the fridge, I would say it's a glue.
If you have a piece of cold bread
Yeah.
slash toast,
Yeah.
and you throw it at a wall,
Okay.
will it stick? No spreads.
Okay, no.
Then you add some butter.
Mhm.
If it hits the wall, butter side wall,
Yeah.
will it stick?
Again, I think it all depends on the temperature of the butter.
So
I reckon there's a certain temperature.
Up to the point where it hasn't melted and it's no longer butter. What is
No,
melted?
this is what I mean. Though I reckon there's a stage before that where it's not quite melted, but it's soft enough.
Yeah, but I still think it'll stick a little bit and slide down.
I don't. I think it would really struggle to. But I'm not saying
I'm
that.
trying.
Throw me again. I can do it. I got my chainmail on. No, this is what I mean. I reckon there's a temperature change. I don't know what that temperature is, but at a certain temperature, it no longer becomes glue. It is now lubricant.
What's melted butter called?
Heart attack juice. Oh, well, no, are you asking me what I'd call melted butter?
No, because
Oh, because I thought we were still on the same of the question, so I thought you meant if
No.
I was going to rename melted butter.
no, because obviously you've got ice. Melted ice is water.
Yeah.
Butter.
Yeah.
Melted butter is called.
Fatty water.
Yeah. Does it have a name or is it just melted butter?
I think it's probably just melted. I don't know. Why did they change the name of water? I think it's because water was just used more often.
I mean, butter's used quite often.
Not as much as water.
What's frozen butter called?
Fritter.
Fritter.
Can you pass me the fritter?
What about fries?
No, I don't think there's enough water content.
Okay.
There's more utter content.
Yeah, there is more butter in butter. It's quite high in butter per butter.
I was going to say, there is a good amount of butter per butter. I think there's a temperature change. I don't know that exact temperature. It would require testing.
I think butter melts at quite a low temperature, though. I mean...
No, but this is what I mean. There's a temperature where it would no longer be a glue. It would be a lubricant.
A lubricant.
I don't know what temperature that is. I'd have to get, like, 80 sticks of butter and start from, like,
Zero.
minus 50.
You reckon you have to go as low as minus?
Yeah, because I want to see how hard I can get a stick of butter and see if it hurts. And I'll throw it. Like, is it now a stone, no longer a lubricant, or a
So you want the whole spectrum of the butter forms.
I want to know. Okay, so there must be melted butter, so it's a lubricant. There will be
Sticky butter.
Ooh, maybe that's a good name. Nutty sticky butter.
Sticky nuts.
Sticky nuts. Sticky peanuts. See,
You can't call it sticky peanuts.
peanuts.
Ah.
I reckon sticky nuts is actually a great way to go, because say you run out of peanuts, stick any nut in. You didn't clarify
That's
which
a
nut.
good shout.
Or if you're low on the peanut, just mix it up with a
Or
bunch of other nuts.
people start charging you too much for nuts.
Yeah. Oh, your peanut prices are going up because you're ordering too
Well,
many
I'm
peanuts.
gonna
Alright, well,
use-
I'll have some Albans, please.
Yeah. Or nuts.
Yeah. Oh, no, 2 nuts.
Hazelnuts, that's one.
Hazelnuts I reckon expensive already.
Oh, yeah. What's a cheap nut? I think peanuts are cheap. Yeah, because people say cheap as peanuts. Are they the cheapest nut?
They say, yeah, cheap as peanuts, don't they?
Yeah.
I was going to say, is it cheap as
I
nuts?
think we've been foiled here that peanuts are the cheapest nut.
Yeah, but what we're
But
saying
the
is,
economy could change.
that's it.
Yeah.
Because they know that you're ordering loads of peanuts, they're going to charge you more.
Do you reckon one day the
peanut.
phrase will be changed to expensive as peanuts because there's so few peanuts, and then people are going to want the pure peanut butter?
Oh, like caviar.
Yeah.
It's going to become
So now
like the
it
caviar.
just changes. So
Because butter isn't expensive, but it's considered more dear than water.
yeah.
So I reckon peanut butter will just be driven up so high it becomes a delicacy.
Well, nuts can't last forever, and at the rate
Because
people
they have a shelf life, or you mean? as
no,
in
because the
they
rate
don't live very
the
long.
rate people eat the nuts, they can't grow fast enough, and monkeys love them as well. So they're eating the nuts.
Yeah, but they only love monkey nuts.
Monkey nuts are peanuts.
Oh, but before. Yeah, we can't have monkeys working in the nut factory.
Because they eat all the nuts.
Yeah. I knew there was a reason we got rid of all of them. Then now they have to go outside on the
So
sandwich.
there's too many species eating the nuts now. Now it's fine at the minute because there's so many that they can't get rid of them. They're running out of storage space. But eventually, they're gonna start eating more than they have and what they can replenish.
Okay, I've got a plan. How about we start storing other nuts now?
Ooh,
Let's get ahead of the game.
I think almonds are good to start because they're quite flat.
Yes, and they're very... And I reckon that almond butter is a thing.
Macadamia nuts are quite big.
And what you said, let's get hazelnuts now, because people are going to love that when it comes out. But we need to have the hazelnuts now.
Yeah,
Start storing the nuts.
start storing the nuts.
Gotta be
Maybe that's what squirrels are doing. They're in on it. They already know.
Yeah,
They're aware.
And acorns. Oh, they're onto something else. Is there like an acorn
Why
butter?
don't we
Oh my
know?
God. I want to find out. I want to find out what acorn butter would be like.
Is an acorn a nut or is it seed?
It's seed, I think.
Or is it a fruit?
But then a Brazil nut is a seed.
What is it?
Would that not be sticky nuts anymore? With sticky seeds.
I mean, some peanut butters do have nuts added in, and they still call it peanut butter. Just with added seeds.
Without it,
Yeah, I think they have to state that.
sticky nuts.
I'm pretty sure on peanut butter as well they have to put a warning saying may contain nuts. Do you think?
Yeah, they do actually. Yeah. Even though it has. No, I think they actually write. Warning does contain nuts.
Well, we can use may contain because we don't know what we're going to put in sticky nuts.
Yes, that's a good point. Especially if we run out of nuts, we're going to have to find a nut
'Cause
substitute.
Corn nuts aren't a nut.
And we would still put those in.
We can still use corn nuts.
What would we use as a nut substitute when we run out of nuts?
Corn?
Can't just use corn. Corn
Yeah,
run
but-
out. Actually, there's so many corn farmers. We'd struggle to run out of corn, wouldn't we?
There's lots of sand, and that's sort of the same texture.
Yeah, but then that would be crunchy nuts. And we can't take crunchy nut because it's taken.
Yeah, but we can take.
Gritty nuts.
We can use gritty nuts.
Gritty spreads.
Or you know how they have peanut butter and they have smooth and crunchy. We can have sticky nuts, gritty.
Gritty. Oh, yes. So, it's peanut butter.
It's sticky nuts.
Oh, they call it crunchy peanut butter.
Well, there's sometimes I just call
Gritty
it.
sticky nuts.
Sometimes I just call it peanut butter, and then in the bottom in apostrophes crunchy.
Oh, so you're saying just keep calling it
Sticky nuts.
and just put in the gritty.
Yeah, gritty.
I think we sorted. What we just need to do is when we start running out, just up the sand and lower the nut content.
up the sand and lower the food content.
I definitely think I'm more on board with sticky nuts.
And we can start watering it down as well, and then call it sticky nuts slippy because it's just really wet.
We've got all the variations sorted.
Slishy.
I like slippy butter.
Slippy butter.
Because it's no longer sticky. If the water content goes too high, it becomes slippy butter.
And we haven't got to use water, we can use anything.
We can use butter.
We can use butter. Go full circle.
Once I finish my experiment, I'll let you know which butter is the best. As I was saying, if I go super cold, it's no longer going to be a lubricant, slippy. It's not going to be gluey. It's just going to be a full-on brick, isn't it?
Yeah.
So then it's, what's that? What type? Slab of butter. Because you'd have to just put a full block on your toast. With your bread.
We could sell it, you know how like when you get the cheese slices.
Yeah. What the packet?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, because if you slice it, keep it frozen, and sell it as a frozen product.
I mean, you might need to unwrap it, pap it on.
Yeah, on your toast as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, straight on.
Because one of the hardest things about doing it is trying to spread butter onto your toast before the corners dry out. If it's just a slice,
Straight
on.
I mean, we could probably sell that now. Just sliced, pre-sliced butter in little...
Oh, this is the greatest idea ever. I think it's also great portioning for when we have to add butter into the peanut butter or sticky nuts.
Sticky nuts.
Because it will be pre-sliced, we'll know how much. We won't be like trying to carve it in the dark. How much butter have you got? I don't know, it's very dark in here.
Also, it makes measurements much easier for butter because you don't have to weigh it anymore. Like if you're like, 200 grams of butter, 3 slices.
Especially when people are trying to either be on a diet or they've got to watch the cholesterol levels or whatever.
Slice of butter.
You will know. We can say each slice is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I can't believe no one's done this already.
This is insane.
Geniuses.
And if you do it thin enough as well, people can't complain about, oh, well, it's too hard, you've got to keep it out of the fridge because you can't spread it. No spreading needed.
You don't need to spread it. Straight on.
Exactly.
And then
what if I need it for cooking? Don't worry. They're pre-weighed slices. Just use what you want.
Throw it in.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
They're going to be so close to, 5 grams anyway. 5 grams up or down on a recipe, don't matter. Oh, man, this is the one.
It is.
New business idea. So we got rivers and lakes.
Sticky nuts.
Sticky nuts.
Sliced butter.
At the moment, I definitely think we can do sliced butter.
I think we'd take the thrown away from sliced bread. When people go, oh, the greatest invention since sliced bread, I think people will start using the greatest invention since sliced butter.
Yes.
I think we would take that title.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That is... How could we not?
What's the natural progression after sliced bread? Sliced butter?
Maybe one day something will come along that's better than us, but...
Oh, yeah, but for now...
We'll probably come up with that idea as well.
Oh, yeah, we would probably come up
So
with
you
that.
may as well just sit down and relax. We got you
Have
covered.
a piece of sliced butter.
Yeah. Definitely sticky nuts, though.
Yeah, it's hot in here, that's why.
Sticky nuts. No, it's because I haven't got the butter at the right temperature. That's why it's sticky.
Well, that was easy. So, yeah, sticky nuts is what we'd go with.
So it's easy. It's a good name, straight away. There's a lot of discussion.
That's a bit well because we have to figure out the logistics.
And we have to make sure it is right. We have to go through all the other...
We have to test the waters.
Yep.
For the fish. Because they might not be there.
I mean, in fairness, I started off with...
Sticky nuts.
No, actually, we started at test an allergy.
Test an allergy spread.
Yeah. Then it was test an allergy spread.
Yeah.
Sticky nuts.
Sticky nuts.
Start looking at supermarkets near you. Look at your peanut butter aisle and just check for your sticky nuts.
And you slice butter in the butter aisle?
Nah, frozen section.
You reckon it'll be frozen? I thought
Because we're going to do it frozen.
No, but I thought if we sell it chilled, then people can choose to freeze it.
I just think transporting it home, you're going to struggle. If it's in the frozen section, you can then choose to put it in your fridge.
Yeah, that's fair.
But you can get it home.
It's probably better to sell frozen, yeah.
And then they can put it in their fridge if they want it. Because it's going to be in its individual packet. But I also think once it's in the fridge, it's okay. But if it gets too runny on the way home and you have any weight on it from
it's
your
hard.
cabbages,
It's hard to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's not spread. You'd have to re-spread them, thinly put them through.
And that's what we're meant to be doing. We can't put that on them.
Though that's another invention. We could actually sell like a a re-spreader.
No, because then what if people start manufacturing their own butter slices? We can't give away the secret of
No.
how we get the perfect...
It wouldn't, because it wouldn't re-slide the... Oh, you mean... I just meant you put your plastic thing through and it gets it to the perfect...
I don't know, I think it gives away too much of the secret. Because people will start reverse engineering it.
Yeah, but if we patent it, they can't do anything similar.
Yeah, but there's always somebody out, and then it'd be on the black market.
How about we provide a service where they can
that's
send
fine.
it back in?
Yeah, they can send it in, and we'll we'll reform it and send it back.
Has your butter accidentally got smooshed? Got too warm? Left a cabbage on it? Don't worry. Send it back to the worm craft.
In 32 working days,
Because we can only do bulk shipment.
you will receive receipt that we have received your package.
I think we can send them a discount voucher
What, in the meantime?
so they can go get some more.
Oh.
Because 32 weeks
No,
is a long
that
time.
does make a lot of sense. So well, there would be a service on our website where you send in the photos, we send you the discount voucher to buy some more. And
After we receive...
Yeah, and then then they send it back, and then we reform it and put it back on the shelf.
Yeah.
That probably makes more sense.
Yeah. Obviously, we'll do checks and stuff, make sure it's all good.
Well, everything's done by check these days.
Yeah, well, it's got to be FDA approved.
Yeah.
So we'll be fine. They'll recheck it. And because it's in a sealed packet, we'll know if it's been tampered with.
Well, we'll put like a little
Void symbol on it.
I was going to say scratch and sniff. I don't know why. I was thinking of the void thing, but in my head I went scratch and sniff, like a little thing. I don't know how that's going to prove that it's been tampered with.
Because if it's already been scratched and sniffed. If it's already been scratched and sniffed, then we know someone's already tampered with it.
But don't scratch and sniff it.
And
But
we know it's not
the
been tampered.
temptation's too high, isn't it? Everyone's
As soon as someone says scratch and sniff.
the first thing you do is scratch and sniff.
Yeah. Because you want to know what it's all about.
That's fair.
We could have a 2-point attack.
You don't-
Scratch and sniff and void symbols. Peel here to void.
Yeah, they'd never get around both. You can probably fool one, but you can't.
Exactly. No one's that clever.
Yeah. You don't see a good scratch and sniff anymore, do you?
Yeah, especially in magazines. You used to be able to get like...
You used to get scratch and sniff
Yeah,
everything.
you rub the magazine on you. Now every time I get a magazine up here, it's just newspaper and I get inky neck. Yeah, perfect. We got the whole plan.
We've got the security method figured out.
Can we release this episode until we've actually got it out there?
We'll get the patent sorted.
Okay, sorted. What if it's already a thing?
We would know, because people would be selling it already. There's no way anyone's going to sit on that idea and not be making it.
Yeah, also, if it was made and in stores already, there's no way people aren't just flooding to get that.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it is in stores already, but the demand's so high you never see it, because the people who know...
It's always sold out.
It's always
Always out of
sold
stock. People can't handle with the demand.
So is there always a spot in the supermarket that's always been empty, and we're just like, what's there? We've never seen anything there. That's...
I reckon it's where the ice goes, but it's all melted.
Yeah. There is a risk of that.
Oh, I love it. This is brilliant. Scratch and sniff and void symbols. We've got everything. So we've got a discount service. We've got a re-spreading service. This is foolproof.
Yes. You should put a security tag on it. You know, those ones that you pin through.
I reckon only on the actual, if you're buying in bulk. Because you can go in and buy a single slice if you want.
Ooh.
No, if you're like, oh, I'm going to make a sandwich at work. Oh, do you want to buy a
slice of butter? Yeah, because you don't... They do those stupid little sachet things that you, like, peel the lid off.
Yeah.
That's useless.
Yeah, well, because who has a knife?
Who has a knife? And if
You've got to hopefully have a knife. And if you don't have a knife, then... Also, you can't get all of it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
You
such
waste
a bad
so much.
design.
This is going to be... You slide it, you obviously break the seal,
Scratch it.
scratch
and
and
sniff.
sniff, put the piece on, no loss. So you don't even feel like you've lost a bit of the butter.
We wouldn't even have to package it in plastic. We could package it in, like, grease-proof paper as well, so it's recyclable. So there's no waste.
Looking after the planet.
Yeah.
Helping people. Oh man, this is perfect. Great, so it?
Yeah.
Business idea and sticky nuts. I feel like sticky nuts is something kind of back burner now. I mean, that's what we'd call it, but I mean, just generally, probably going to have to hold off on sticky nuts. We'll still keep collecting the nuts, though.
Well, the nuts, because that's a project when the peanut industry crumbles and people need nuts.
And then we've got
We've got all the nuts.
we stole all the nuts.
Come all hoarded.
Yeah, we're nut
In our
hoarders.
bunkers.
Gonna have to get attachment on the ship.
That big old nut.
Nah,
Silo.
I reckon we'll ask the squirrels. Because they're hiding nuts all the time. We have no idea where to put them. They must have a massive bunker somewhere.
Well, there's lots of bunkers out there. Like, because people made bunkers during wars and stuff. But
you reckon they're using somebody else's?
Yeah.
Nah, I reckon they got their own.
I mean, they probably have their own, but I reckon they repurpose some other people's bunkers.
What, you mean waited until they don't use them anymore?
Yeah. Because there's going to be people who have made bunkers and then have died, and they just don't use... Dead person's not going to use his bunker. He might haunt
and he might not have told anybody.
Yeah. Nut bunker.
Yeah, there's probably some of those. We should raid those, and then we've got a massive store already.
Then we're going to make enemies of the squirrels.
Maybe we work with the squirrels.
It's just
yeah, because if we want an extension on the ship as well, we need to be okay. Yeah, cool. Sorted. Perfect. Sorted. Another question?
I don't think we've got time.
Haven't we? Oh my god! Again? You know what it was? That butter idea. It just flew.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Just sometimes though, when you figure out how to make sliced butter, then
when you come up with that one idea, you don't cut it short and go.
And we don't cut the butter short. You get the full slice every time.
We don't slice it in half. You can slice it in half if you want. We'll do different sizes for different types of bread.
Yeah, I suppose.
I mean, because people can still slice it technically if they want to.
Yeah, but I thought we wanted. I suppose it could always be the same weight, and we just changed the aspect, the dimensions.
Well, not even that. We'll sell it in different packets. So
yeah, you got original.
Yeah, so you'll have the original square or rectangle. Then you can have slightly bigger ones because if you buy like a different type of bread, it'll be longer. So we'll just do different sizes, but they'll all be weighed in on the packaging.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to go, oh, well, I need 1.5 slices for this bread because it's slightly too long.
Yeah, it'd be the worst, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Can you just
because Hovis decided to make a long... Yeah. Then you've got to take another slice, cut off part of it. Then you voided it as well anyway.
Yeah.
And then if you don't use it...
scratched and sniffed it.
Yeah, and peeled the void. Then you've got to put half a slice of butter in a packet in the freezer again.
Yeah.
Different sizes. I was going to say, how about we start our own butter shop and people bring their bread to us and then we know exactly the shape of butter that they need.
Yeah, but then I think we're just getting too accommodating. Like, you don't...
Yeah, fair enough.
It's just, you're going to get too many
It's like
requests.
the hot dogs and buns. They can very easily make...
Yeah. Now, we're already providing a service by making sliced butter. I think by doing custom sized butter spreads, we're just going...
Well, I mean, we could still do a small, medium, large.
Yeah.
Keep it basic.
Yeah, that's
so we'll
fine.
do one that's like just this and then one that's slightly bigger and longer.
Exactly, that's fine. That's more than enough, I think. Cracked it. Solved it.
What are we going to sell it in packs of? 10.
10's the obvious choice.
Yeah.
How many slices do you get in...
Oh, a loaf of bread.
Yeah. Should be half that, shouldn't it?
Yeah, so you can buy... Oh, it varies though, doesn't it? We're going super toasty. The gremlins.
They're after the butter.
Talk about butter for so much, getting hungry.
Yeah, it's going to depend on the thickness.
I reckon just go 10. Let's just go 10, because it's in the freezer anyway.
It's in the freezer anyway. You're only going to open the ones you need, so it doesn't really matter if you had some sitting in there, because you're going to use
Also, you don't know if they're going to use all of that bread for sandwiches.
Butter-related activities. Yeah.
So they might use it for just feeding birds, and you don't put butter on your bread before you feed the birds. You can, if you fancy.
If you're rich.
You're swimming in it.
If you got money to throw away, so you butter your bird bread.
That bird is being spoiled.
That's why it can't fly. It's got too much butter in it.
Fat pigeon.
You got all buttered up.
Yeah, okay, I think just 10. Easy peasy. Small, medium, large. What do you call it?
No, why not call it sliced butter?
But they don't call sliced bread. Sliced bread, just still call it bread, don't they?
Yeah, but we can just call it butter, but I don't know. Butter singles?
Ooh, butter singles.
Yeah, I can't think of anything better at the moment.
Single butts or butt singles. But I don't think
Single butts or butt singles?
single butts or butt singles. But maybe not. I think butter singles is probably safer.
Yeah.
Because butt singles might sound like money, like just a bunch of $1.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I can't really think of a better name.
Nah, I like butter singles.
Explains what it is.
And you know what you're getting.
You know what you're getting.
Because everybody knows what cheese singles are.
Exactly.
So you're aware before you even open the box or bag or whatever we put them in, that it's going to be single
Slices of butter. Yeah.
Sorted.
Yeah. Safest way to go. Isn't it?
Butter singles. Oh man. Can't wait to be rich.
Well, what can I say? Just got to start churning that butter and then singling it out.
We don't have to churn butter.
Oh, damn.
We got a long way to go. Oh my god. Alright, well we better go then, because we better find out, do some research.
We got to start learning how to make butter.
Yes. We got so far ahead on the chilling process, we forgot about the manufacture. So have you got the butter? I thought you were getting the butter.
No.
Because we can't use other people's butter. Because we're going to have a unique taste. I've already got great ideas for what we're going to do with the butter to give it...
The taste profile.
Yeah. I'm going to make it tangy.
Okay, let's not go too wild with the taste. Because the concept could be great, and then people are going to be like, why is this butter tangy? The idea's perfect. And it's so time-saving and so convenient.
Okay.
But it just tastes strange.
Just crap tangy butter. I got ahead of myself. I just got excited. Let's go back to...
You're too engrossed in the innovation. And you flew too close to the sun. That was the problem.
I did. You know what? My wings have fallen off. I'm glad you caught me. Because it could have been a slippery...
It got dangerous.
It did. My eyebrows got cinched off. It's normal.
Let's just keep it OG with the butter, okay?
Yeah, we'll keep it OG with the butter.
Yeah.
Once we've made our billions... Maybe I'll look into tangy butter.
We'll start a conversation about tangy butter.
Okay, we'll put it on the back burner. Like, really right at the back.
As far back as it can go.
Maybe not even on the ship. I just got excited.
We'll put it on a chain and we'll tow it behind the ship.
I don't want to waste a chain.
Okay.
I tell you what, I'll forget it. And if you choose to remember it later on down the line...
We can revisit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, you know...
Well, I think that'll do us for this one.
Yeah, we've got to go learn how to churn butter.
Churn butter. Because
Yep.
otherwise we're going to get trapped.
Yeah, alright. Well, thank you for listening again.
And if you've watched, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Impressed with your watching. Go check out the YouTube channel.
There's lots of videos for you to enjoy.
And there'll be more.
soon.
Oh my god, he knows the truth. See that?
Yep, cool. Well, I'm out.
Well, I'm out.